Hello and welcome to today's installment of the Daf. I'm going to do Daf 20 on B. So let's dive straight in. This is necessary lest you say, although the one who took the vow stood in judgment before he died and the court obligated him, since the object of his vow was not assessed before he died, the property of the one who died is not liened to the debt, and consequently the heirs are not obligated to pay. Therefore, the Mishnah teaches us that the property of the one who took the vow was liened. I'll say that again. Therefore, the Mishnah teaches that the property of the one who took the vow was liened, since he stood in judgment while he was alive, and the assessment of the object of the vow is considered to be a mere disclosure of the matter, which can be performed after the death of the one who vowed. And we move into the Mishnah. Shozer Ola. In the case of one who says this bull, so what does it mean? Shozer Chudu. This bull. The Mishnah is distinguishing between a vow offering and a gift offering, as is taught in the Mishnah in Kinim 1:1, which is the case of the vow offering. It is where one says, "It's incumbent upon me to bring a burnt offering," without designating a specific animal, and which is the case of a gift offering, where one says, "This animal is a burnt offering." The difference between the two is with regard to vow offerings. If the animal died or was stolen, the one who took the vow must pay restitution for it, as his vow is a personal obligation. By contrast, in the case of a gift offering, if the animal died or was stolen, he is not obligated to pay restitution, as he undertook to bring a specific animal, and then that is no longer possible. The Mishnah here is apparently teaching that if one said upon me, and he also specified an animal, his statement is considered a vow offering due to his mention of himself. The Gemara challenges straightforward reading of the Mishnah. It's consecrated as a burnt offering. In the case of one who says this bull is consecrated as a burnt offering or a peace offering, well, the monetary value of this bull is consecrated. If the bull dies, he is exempt from payment. Rambam Sefer Voda Hilchot Ma'aseh Kabbalah 14:4-5. Or this house is consecrated as an offering, and the bull died, or the house collapsed. Nafal Abayis. Rashi explains that the house collapsed before the temple treasurer took possession of it. If the owner said this house is consecrated as an offering, he is exempt even if the temple treasurer had not yet taken possession. Furthermore, if he said it is incumbent upon me to give this house as an offering, he is obligated to pay the value of the house only if the temple treasurer had not yet taken possession of the house, but if he had already taken possession of it, he is exempt. He is exempt from paying his commitment, but in the case of one who says it is incumbent upon me to give this bull as a burnt offering, or it is incumbent upon me to give this house as an offering, since the house cannot be an offering, the owner's intention is to donate to the temple treasury. Then he redeems it, and the redemption money is used to temple maintenance. Accordingly, the Mishnah addresses both types of sanctity: an animal consecrated to be sacrificed as an offering, and property consecrated for temple maintenance. Rashi Tosfos Yom Tov. If the bull died and the house collapsed, he is obligated to pay its value. There is a dispute concerning what the owner has to pay. The Rambam rule that he pays the value of the animal carcass. Although the previous Mishnah stated that there was no monetary value for the dead, that refers only to dead people, as it is prohibited to derive benefit from a human corpse. Others explain that the Mishnah was paid what the animal had been worth while it was alive, and that's from the Shita Mechubeses. And now we move on to the Gemara. Amar Rabbi Chia Barab. Rabbi Chia Barab says, Rabbi Chia Barab is teaching, contrary to the straightforward reading of the Mishnah, that if one says it is incumbent upon me to give this bull as a burnt offering, it's a gift offering rather than a vow offering, as he specified a particular animal. In this case, despite his use of the expression upon me, as this is explained as referring to his efforts to bring this bull as an offering to the temple. Therefore, if the animal dies, he is exempt. In addition, Rabbi Chia Barab teaches that if one says it is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of this bull as a burnt offering, his statement is interpreted as taking financial responsibility to donate the value of the bull in any event, even if it dies. The sages taught in the Mishnah only that one who said it is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of. The standard text of the Mishnah is consistent with the opinion of Rabbi Chia. The commentators explain that Rabbi Chia also changes the first clause in the Mishnah to read, the monetary value of this bull is consecrated as a burnt offering, and yet he is exempt from paying if the bull died because he did not take responsibility by saying upon me to Tesla. But it is maintained that the first clause of the Mishnah should state, excuse me, the common upon thee that this bull is consecrated as a burnt offering with the phrase monetary value omitted. And that's no worship to Mechbeses or Godel on the Mishnah. Please. This bull as a burnt offering. Dami Shozer Allah Ola. With regard to the one who says, it is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of this bull as a burnt offering, or it is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of this house as a sacrificial offering. If the bull dies or the house collapses, he is obligated to pay. When he says it is incumbent upon me to give this bull as a burnt offering, now mentioned monetary value, he is not obligated to pay if the bull dies. Now in Caucus. This halacha is according to the opinion of Rabbi Chia Barav, and that's from the Rambam Sefer Avodah Hilchos Maaser Korbanot 14:6. He's obligated to pay its full value if it dies. But if he said, "To come upon me to give this bull as a burnt offering," since he said this, thereby referring specifically to that animal, and then the bull died, he did not bear financial responsibility for its loss. And as for his statement, "It is coming upon me," he did not intend to accept financial responsibility for the loss of the bull. Rather, he meant to say, "It is coming upon me to bring this bull as an offering to the temple." But the Gemara raised an objection from a Brit in the Tosefta 3:11 with regard to one who says this bull is consecrated as a burnt offering. The bull is consecrated property. In the case of one that consecrates monetary value of an unblemished animal, the animal itself becomes blemished. If he says monetary value of this bull is consecrated for use upon the altar, the bull itself is sacrificed as an offering, and one who benefits from it is liable for misuse of consecrated property. That's the Rambam Sefer Flaw, Arakhin 5:14. And one who benefits from it is liable for misuse of consecrated property. If the bull dies or is stolen, he does not bear financial responsibility for its loss. If one says, "It is incumbent upon me to give this bull as a burnt offering," the bull is consecrated as consecrated property, and the one who benefits from it is liable for misuse of consecrated property. If the bull dies or is stolen, he bears financial responsibility for its loss, despite the fact that he did not vow to give the monetary value of the bull. The Gemara answers, is the Brisa stronger than the Mishnah? With regard to which we established that it is referring to a case where he says the monetary value of the bull. Here too, in the case of the Brisa, he says, "It is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of this bull as a burnt offering." The Gemara objects. When the fact that the latter clause of the Brisa is referring to a case where he says monetary value of, it may be inferred that the first clause of the Brisa is referring to a case where he does not say monetary value, as it teaches in the latter clause of the Brisa in Tosefta 3:12, with regard to one who said, "It is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of this bull as a burnt offering." The bull is non-sacred property, and one who benefits from it is not liable for misuse of consecrated property. If the bull dies or is stolen, he does not bear financial responsibility for its loss. But if he sold the bull and received money for the sale, he does bear financial responsibility for that money, since he accepted financial responsibility for the monetary value of the bull in his vow. The Gemara explains. The first clause and the latter clause of the Brisa are both referring to one who says monetary value of in his vow. The difference between them is that the first clause is dealing with one who says, "Let the bull be consecrated for its monetary value." Rashi explains that if one said, "It is incumbent upon me to give the monetary value of this bull as burnt offering," the bull itself is not consecrated. Other commentaries maintain that in such a case, both the bull and the monetary value are consecrated to Tosfot, and therefore the bull is consecrated and he bears financial responsibility for its value. But the latter clause is referring to the one who says, "When this bull shall be sold, the money received from the sale shall be consecrated for use as a burnt offering." The Gemara asks, can this possibly be the case of the latter clause of the Brisa? But a person cannot consecrate an entity that has not yet come into the world. One cannot consecrate an entity that has not yet come into the world. If he says, that which my net will raise from the sea is consecrated, or the fruit which this field will produce is dedicated to the temple, it has not said anything of consequence. The halacha is in accordance with the opinion of the rabbis who disagree with Rabbi Meir. That's in the Rambam Sefer Flaw, Arakhin 6:28. Some say a slightly different version of this discussion, that Rav Papa said to Abaye, and some say Rami Bar Hama said to Rav Chisda, and according to whose opinion is this brighter, is it according to the opinion of Rabbi Meir, who says that a person can consecrate an entity that has not yet come to the world? Rabbi said to him, rather in accordance with who else's opinion could this brighter be? Certainly it is according to the opinion of Rabbi Meir. When some teach this discussion with regard to this brighton to Sefta Baba Mitzvah 830, indicating one who rents a house to another and the house becomes its impure leprosy, even though a priest confirmed the house as impure, condemning it to be dismantled. As long as the house is standing, its owner may say to the renter, "That which is yours is before you." What does that mean? The commentary asks, how can the renter use his house when everything brought inside will become richly impure? So explaining the house is usable in a case of great need. Therefore, the owner of the house may say to the renter, "That which is yours is before you," meaning its fault. Others claim that it is entirely prohibited to derive benefit from a house that a priest has confirmed is impure with leprosy. In the Ramban on Leviticus 13:52, according to the second opinion, this case is referring to a renter who agreed to rent the specific house. Consequently, the owner of the house is not obligated to provide him with another house as long as the rented house is standing. He cannot collect rent either, as no benefit may be derived from the house. If the house is dismantled due to leprosy, the owner of the house must provide the renter with another house, since he is considered directly responsible for its destruction, as leprosy afflicts one's house due to the sins of theft and greed, and that's from the Hafla Shevarichin in Rashi Sifat Emes cited in the Rambam. According to another opinion, in a case where the renter agreed to a particular house, then even if the house is destroyed due to leprosy, its owner is not obligated to provide him with another house. That's from the Sfat Emes, citing the Ran. That the owner is not required to compensate the renter. Nevertheless, in accordance with the halacha of a house afflicted with leprosy, once a priest has dismantled the house, the owner is obligated to provide a new house to the renter. That's the end of that. Ahmed, next time, Daf 21. Wish you all the best. Bye.